I wanted to wait a day until I calmed down mentally and emotionally to make this video because I get it. Eagles fans are frustrated. Since week 11 of 2023, we are 3-8. Since 2023, Jalen Hurts has the most turnovers in the NFL with 27. So everybody is understandably calling for Nick Sirianni's head right now and saying we need to fire this guy. But right now, that's not the right decision for this team. That's not the thing that's going to get the team dug out of this hole. It's actually going to put the team back way even more.
This is for you!
And Phil.
What's up, guys? Dutchy talking in here. As always, God bless. Go first.
Let the celebration begin!
If I was the Philadelphia Eagles, they need to look in the mirror and see that they have a real leadership locker room problem, which I will give you guys who are saying fire Nick Sirianni. It starts at the top. It starts with your head coach. You're right. But when you have a quarterback, like I alluded to earlier, 27 turnovers since 2022. He had 8 the whole season of 2022. 27 since then. Now, I know Brian Johnson was the offensive coordinator last year, and you're still getting used to it. Shane Steichen was your boy, but that is despicable. So I actually give Nick Sirianni a little bit of a pass because Jalen Hurts' turnovers have been so despicable. You can't blame that part on Nick Sirianni. That's not fair. Now, I will say, Jalen Carter getting chewed out by the coaches for being competitive, Devin White being out of the game for personal reasons. Obviously, I think he has some kind of a beef with Vic Fangio. He was told he was going to have one role when he came into the team, probably expected to be a starter. Now, unfortunately, NOCO Dean is starting. I thought Devin White would be 1, Zach Baum would be 2, and Dean would be 3, but the Eagles are trying to give Dean his time. I thought Dean had a couple good plays yesterday, but overall looked like he struggled. Story for another day. The team has leadership issues, no doubt. But somebody's got to come in and be the voice of reason and say, look, this is on Nick and Jalen. How the hell do you walk into a stadium last year where you got embarrassed? You got blown out. We knew it was going to happen before we went in that stadium, and it still happened. And then you go down. You let the Bucs run up the score on you, 24-0, before you actually realize, oh, shit, ow, we just actually got punched in our mouth and we need to do something. That is a joke. This team is a joke right now. The play calling is off. They're fumbling the bag, literally fumbling it. And everyone, fans included, can see it. You don't have to be a genius to see it. And don't even get me started on the Bucs blitzing us on 3rd and 27. That's just them bullying us. Some people are saying, that's disrespectful that they're blitzing on us on 3rd and 20. No, it's not. It's football. Grow the fuck up. There's 60 minutes of football to be played. And if you're not going to try to dominate your opponent, or your opponent's not going to try to dominate you those 60 minutes, then what are you doing? Now, granted, there's some things here and there that are respect things, but that was not a respect thing. That was just football. It's just crazy to me, though, and this is where I do see the point. Look, they shouldn't fire Nick Sirianni yet because Kellen Moore is going to come in and he's going to be the next head coach, and that could be a really bad thing. Kellen Moore's never been a head coach. He's a young offensive-minded head. It's not going to be Vic Fangio. We all know that. But at least Kellen Moore may say, hey, let's give the ball more to Saquon Barkley more than 10 times a game. Nick Sirianni only gave Saquon Barkley the ball 10 times yesterday. That is criminal. That is a fucking deadly sin. That is awful. And guess what? Every time we gave the ball to Saquon Barkley, what happened, Eagles fans? Right at a halftime, he had that insane rush. And I'm like, shit, we're winning this game. Comeback season. Let's go. Make the bet in DraftKings. Fuck me over. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, you get that emotional buy-in. And then you look after the game and you see, okay, why is Saquon Barkley only getting the ball 10 times? I think that they're trying to do too much. They're trying to make Jalen into this player that he's not. With a game when A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are both out, how are you only giving Saquon Barkley the ball 10 times? That doesn't make sense to me. I get it. You're trying to get the ball in Gainwell, other guys' hands as well, but he should be getting the ball a minimum of 15 takes a game. That game specifically probably should have had 15 to 17. Call me old-fashioned, call me old school. I don't care. The reason Nick Sirianni still has his job, they talked about it yesterday. Nick Sirianni has the second best on the road record since 2021. He's currently 19-9 with yesterday's loss, only second to Andy Reid, who I believe is 20-8 after yesterday or something ridiculous like that. So Andy Reid's like 74 or 71%, where Nick is like 67, 64. They're right there, neck and neck. But when you look at the decision-making, when you look at Andy Reid as a coach, as a person, as a play caller, he's just so much more level-headed. I feel like we are babysitting a kid with his first time with Red Bull Energy and fucking Airheads, and the kid is just having a sugar rush, and we're like, all right, like, we got to tame this fucking beast. Nick Sirianni is on the sideline getting told to calm down by his starting QB. Nick Sirianni is on the camera of NFL Network going, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I do that. Like, it almost feels like we're living in a simulation at some point. It's not all bad. The players get behind it. They like it. But right now, they don't like it. Right now, it's not a good thing. So I'll say this. I am on the Bill Belichick hype train. Bring in Bill. I am all for it. But not yet. Not yet. I'm not pumping the brakes yet. There's been too many turnovers. There's been too much changeover. And there's been too many moving pieces for me to say, this is all pinned on Nick Sirianni. This is all his fault, and we need to put the blame on him, and he deserves to lose his job. Anybody who's saying that just hasn't watched the Eagles in the past 12, 15 games that they played this year. It's been a whole team effort of the brakes just falling off, and these guys are going to crash and burn inevitably. We thought that they crashed and burned enough last year when they played the Bucs and when they got embarrassed in that wild card game. Clearly letting a team run up the score 24-0 on you. That's a fucking joke. Bottom line, pump the brakes on the fire Sirianni talk. Lurie is not the guy to fire a coach midseason. Plus, if you really want to throw Kellen Moore to the Wolves right now, you're probably going to fall flat on your face. Anytime that a coach usually brings in another coach midseason, the best case scenario is that they end up phasing out and fizzling out on the wild card. Look at the Raiders last year. Had a good run, but didn't really do anything since. And kind of not really doing anything this year. So I'll say this. Nick Sirianni's job is safe, but keep an eye on him. If things don't improve, and if they don't improve fast, we're definitely going to be talking about Bill Belichick next season. I'm a little bit worried that Bill Belichick could be actually headed to the Cowboys. That's why if the Eagles did fire Nick Sirianni, which would be very out of character for the Lurie family, that's why I don't think it's going to happen. But if they did fire Nick Sirianni, I wouldn't be shocked to say, okay, the reason why we did this is because we wanted to cock block. We wanted to prevent the Dallas Cowboys from getting Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, I think, being the smart man that he is, wants to come to Philadelphia too. Like, it's either going to be Philadelphia or Dallas. Some fans are saying, oh, come to New York. I don't think he's going to want to go to New York with that dumpster fire. So if he does decide to come to Philadelphia or to Dallas, I think his better options are no doubt in Philadelphia. Better team, better offense. I think he can do more with the defense. He's a cold-minded coach, a cold-blooded man. I think Bill Belichick would be a recipe for success. But it is too early to say that, Eagles fans. If it happens next year, I won't be mad. But it is too early. It is unfair. And I don't care if I got to be the one guy in the world to come to Nick Sirianni's defense to say it's not all his fault. It is a lot his fault. He's the head coach, and he's the CEO head coach. It all boils down to him. He's the guy at the top that should take the blame, but it shouldn't all be his fault. And if you're actually watching the game and if you're actually an Eagles fan, you'll see this is a group effort. Jalen Hurts has 27 turnovers since 2023-2022 after that great season. He hasn't been the same QB that he was. We can all see it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Just coming on here, a little emergency post-prod, waking up the next morning after a fucking horrible loss video. I don't know what to call it, but if you guys enjoy more of these and you want me to do more of them throughout the season, drop a like, subscribe. All those little things really, really help. That's all I got. My name's Dalton from 302 Birds. Give us a follow on all outlets. And as always, God bless. Go Birds.